Today we're going to talk about RV security. How can you protect yourself on the road? In particular, we're going to discuss Blink security camera systems and how it helped us catch a couple of thieves. Nothing will make your blood boil more than watching someone come up and steal your stuff right in front of your eyes. Links to the cameras and equipment we used are in the description below. Without further ado, let's get on with it. Everybody loves to travel. Most of us love adventure. My wife and I would talk about traveling.
One day, we both looked at each other and said, let's just do it. We sold our house and liquidated most of our belongings.
We bought a fifth wheel, loaded up the dogs, and hit the road. We invite you to join us on our journey. The Captain and Michelle Road Trip. Howdy, folks. Thanks for joining us. We want to talk a little bit about security. First of all, though, I gotta say, we are in a little slice of heaven, paradise on earth, aren't we?
Yes, it's very pretty, very serene. I don't know if you can hear that stream back there, but it is just picturesque.
Yeah, we're here for at least a month and a half or so, but we're really enjoying this area.
But I want to also say, if you guys are enjoying our videos, please consider subscribing and leave some comments for us. We are trying to build up our channel, and every little bit helps.
It does.
So like, comment, subscribe. I know that's very cliche, but you know.
Yeah, we could bring up that little thumb in the little thing. Subscribe.
Yes.
Not to harass you, but you know, we want to share our adventures, and we got I think some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we really do. We have a lot of informative things. We have
a lot of goofy things.
A lot of goofy things, and just our adventures.
Yeah, so we were excited. We got our RV, and we're definitely newbies. We made newbie mistakes at first.
Still are.
Still are. Yeah, but even with our truck, and we'll talk about that. But really, we got down to Vero Beach. We were going down to visit her mom, and we needed some RV repairs, so we thought we'd kind of plant for a little while. And we got this great little community, and we could stay long term there, which we ended up staying like 3 months.
3 months.
Or more, actually. I think it was over 3 months. And we just couldn't wait to get out of there because we wanted to get out and get to places like this. But regardless, we get there, we're having fun. It's the snowbirds are still there. We're playing bingo.
Yes.
We're movie nights.
Being members of the community and just having fun and making new friends.
And the pool was great. We were having fun, and it was idyllic in a sense. And of course, we brought our very expensive bikes, and we're riding around on the property and just enjoying that. Especially my wife, she was taking her bike out every day.
Every day, because this man cooks like nobody's business, and you know, I'm 4'11". I can't put on too many lbs. So I was like, let me get out here and ride this bike. And I love riding my bike. Love it.
She does. And so we went out, we rented a boat one day, and we went out on the intercoastal, and we had a great day on the water. The dogs had fun. We come back.
We have a video on that too.
Yeah. We come back and find out that one of the bikes are stolen. Her bike.
My bike.
And this is like an $800 bicycle stolen. And we had been talking about security, what we're going to do, and this just really put it into high gear. So we got some Blink cameras, and I didn't want to drill holes in the RV, so I got these little twisty things that twist right on the back, and you can wrap them around trees, wrap them around whatever on your RV, and basically you don't have to drill holes. But the new cool thing is that they're mobile, so whatever campsite you're in, you can kind of reposition them depending on what's going to work best for that particular campsite. So that was really neat. And then we got some contact sensors with Ring.
Wait, and then with the Blink cameras, they have an app, so you can look at you can see what your camera's seeing all day long.
Yeah, even when you're away, it'll alert you if you arm the system. So that is really cool. And there's some neat features on the Blink cameras. Where you can set the zone, like you can go in and say, I just want it to focus on this particular area instead of getting the wide view. They're motion activated. Then we also got Ring contact sensors, which basically when you open the cargo door, it tells you, oh, the cargo door's opened up, and you put them outside. Well, I'd made the mistake of getting the contact sensors initially that were I got the contact sensors that were supposed to be for indoor, and
put them on the outdoor.
Yeah, put them on the cargo doors, and they just didn't hold up. In fact, I think the second day, and it was neat because when someone opens it and you got it set, the alarm goes whoa, 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 and I mean it's loud as can be.
It's loud.
So we had the outdoor. I put the indoor sensors on the outdoor cargo doors, and it worked great the first day. The second day, about 3 or 4 in the morning, and we're already paranoid because our bike's been stolen, and we're angry about it.
It is crazy because every like couple hours I'm checking the app and making sure there's nobody walking past our RV.
She was always looking.
I was always surveying the land because I just was so paranoid and so worried that it was going to happen again.
And you know, it's kind of foreign because you go to most campgrounds, whether it's a state park or even the place we're at now, and all these RVers, they are just out for their own business. They're not thieves. They're not out trying to steal anything.
They're just out to have a good time.
And you know, you can pretty much probably leave everything unlocked and not ever have to worry. But in a place like the park we were at, the retirement community, easy prey for criminals, especially in a little city like Vero Beach.
Yeah.
They just come in and rob people blind over there.
Because it's a senior citizen. It's 55 and older. Not that they are helpless or anything, but they're very vulnerable.
Right. And it's stationary, so the thieves have time to scope things out. And so there's a lot of advantages for the thieves. But anyway, we had these contact sensors, and the second night, like 3 or 4 in the morning, it goes off. And we're in a dead sleep. And it's like, woo, woo, the dogs are going nuts. Everybody's going, what's going on? What's going on? And I mean, this thing is just woke everybody.
Blaring.
And probably the neighbors and everything else. So I got up, and I sit up in bed, and I look at her, and I'm like, do you hear that? And she's like, yeah, I hear that. So then I'm like bouncing around. I'm like thinking, I got to get my gun. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking out the windows. I'm like, they better not be stealing my batteries, because I thought that that was my next target, was my awesome batteries. So
he falls out the bed.
I fell out of the bed.
He turns on every light in the house, opens up the blinds, and I'm just looking at him.
It took me 5 minutes to get out the door. It was bad.
I'm like, if there was a thief out there, you have, like, he's got his goods and he's gone now.
We just hope that the alarm scared him off.
Yeah.
But so we realize that, okay, these are the wrong contact sensors. So I got the outdoor contact sensors from Ring, which have worked beautifully, and they're neat. You know, anytime someone opens up a door, whether it's us or someone else, it warns you. It even sends you a signal that your cargo door's open.
Yeah.
But if you have it armed, that alarm is gonna wake up anybody in the vicinity.
Yes, it's very loud.
So that part of it's really cool, and I don't know. I'm sure that will come into play at some point on our journeys, just because there's a lot of sticky fingers out there, and you got to protect yourself. So that's what we did. So, but getting back to the cameras, the first time I had positioned all the cameras, and I just had it on standard resolution, and it was, you know, when we were testing it, it seems, yeah, you could see cars going by all day long and different things happening. So one night, like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, we see this loser.
These guys are really good at what they do, stealing stuff. I'm just learning about where to set up the cameras to get good coverage, but as you can see, the standard resolution just doesn't get the job done. So we regrouped, repositioned the cameras, and set them to high resolution. Wait until you see the difference in the next video.
Someone just walks up on the side of the RV in the middle of the night, steals, we bought her another bike, and we still had my really expensive bike. They stole the bike seat.
From his bike.
Yeah, and just walked right off with it. But the I caught the body frame of the person, but the resolution was not what it needed to be. It was dark, you know.
It was raining.
Infrared. It was, yeah. So it just wasn't.
But the good thing that we could tell was that it was a tall white fella.
A tall, lanky white
skinny
man.
With black shoes with white soles. So we did have an idea. So like if someone says, is this him? And it's some little short fat guy, we knew it wasn't that guy.
But it wasn't going to be functional for us.
Yeah.
So I went into the app, on the Ring app, and I set the resolution to the highest resolution. And then you get a warning. It's like, oh, it's going to drain your batteries, because the batteries that they come with, they're wireless. The batteries that they come with, let's say they last a couple years, and I'm thinking, well, so what? So if it lasts a year or whatever, I replace the batteries, but at least it's high resolution. And lo and behold, another couple weeks later, all the cameras, and I had gotten 4 cameras, and I had this thing stacked.
Yes.
And we see this.
Well, let me tell this story.
Okay.
Because I had got up to go to the bathroom, and it was like 4:35-ish in the morning. Got up to go to the bathroom, and again, I'm programmed to like, okay, I'm up for a second. Let me look at the camera and see what's going on. And I literally, like around 4:25, I see a guy coming along the side of our RV. And then I look at the next camera, and you can see him, you can just see him walking like in front, and then turning around and looking, and then head back towards the bicycles.
You could tell he was there looking for those bicycles.
Like he knew that that's where it was.
Right.
It happens so fast. The guy scopes the place out, marks the bikes, and takes them all in less than 45 seconds. It's important to point out that everyone is innocent until they are proven guilty in a court of law. I, for one, am looking forward to this guy's day in court. We get so angry every time we see this video. The nerve of some people. We also took stills from the video for the police department to help bring this alleged thief to justice. We will never see our bikes again, but at least we caught the guy.
At that point, she wakes me up and says, some man's outside the RV, and I go into action. I go running at it. By this time, it's about 10 to 5, and the bikes are gone. So I get into the truck, and I'm running around the neighborhood. I'm looking all over the place, trying to see some idiot. And I guess what had happened, I had gotten my wife another bike. He stole both of them. And we had gotten a chain, but the chain wasn't wrapped around the leg of the RV. I think that my wife just chained the 2 bikes together, and the guy just picked them up and ran off with them. I mean, I can't believe, RVers should not be having to deal with this type of stuff, but I guess it is what it is. Regardless, we got the guy on camera, and it was obvious. As soon as we called the police and filed the report, the police was like, oh yeah, we'll find this guy. This is so obvious who this guy is, and if he's a criminal around these parts, we'll find him.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 days later, they caught the guy, and of course he denied it, and then
they were like, dude, we got you on 4K video.
Right.
This is you.
Right, high resolution video. And so then he was like, well, if I tell you where the bikes are, will you let me out of jail? And they're like, no. And when it's that expensive of a product, it's a felony. So the guy's going to get a felony record. But regardless, it was vindicating because we actually caught the guy. It's one thing to just have it stolen and not have any clue what's going on. But if you're going to do full-time RV, even if you're just a weekend warrior, it's not a bad idea. These Blink cameras really did the job. Another really cool feature about the Blink camera is if someone's at your door, you can talk to them. So there's an audio option. They can talk to you, you can talk to them. This kind of acts as our front door camera, and you can see this twisty tie. Look at this. So it just kind of twists on here. You put the camera in, and it comes with this case, and then you can basically tie these around whatever you want. And so I've got them all around the RV. I got them one on the legs of the RV. I got one on a tree on the other side, pointing at the doors, pointing at the Starlink. It's pretty cool. We also have one of the Blink cameras, an indoor one, so we can watch our little doggies while we're out running. If we go somewhere, we normally take the dogs with us, but if we're out, we can have a little doggy cam that sits there and we can see them sleeping. But if we can talk to the dogs too. So I got this camera here, just kind of pointing up towards the cargo door and also the front door. Wrapped around this tree, pointing at the Starlink. One on this picnic table, just kind of pointing at the cargo door. So it's really neat because you can really position wherever you need to position them depending on your campsite. The ring system is really neat too. There's a lot of options. For example, not just the contact sensors on the cargo doors, but you can have motion detectors. You can have like sensors for under your sinks if there's a water leak. those are things that I can expand to the system, which I'm thinking about doing. But right now, the main thing I want to protect is what's in the cargo doors. So if you open it up, as soon as you hear the alarm?
Yep.
So the alarm goes off. Now I do have on my phone an app. You can just come here and disarm it and it turns it off. There's also a keypad that comes with it that you can punch, you can set by the door, you can set it, but I like using the app. It's just easy. But let me show you, it's real simple. No drilling, nothing. It's just got a real sticky pad on this side and then the contact on this side, same thing here. And it's sturdy, it stays. I don't have to drill any holes and it's neat. They're really easy to set up too, both systems. They've got little QR codes on the devices, and as soon as you have your main device hooked up, whether it's the sync device for the cameras or the Ring alarm system, you get it in your system and then you scan the QR code and it automatically adds that thing to the system. Both systems work wirelessly. Both systems, you know, if you have a decent connection, can run no matter where you are. Hence the Starlink and hence the MoFi or the other networks that we're trying to set up to make sure that wherever we are, we have internet, not just for my work, but also for security. I mean, when you sell everything you own and you're traveling around in an RV, you want to make sure that your stuff is secure.
And then I look at the next clip and it shows his entire face. He had tattoos, he had a backpack, he had long hair. It showed him everything in 4K.
Yeah, so we...
Excuse me.
At that point,